Northcoders definitely prepared me for a role in software engineering. The ability to be able to learn how to learn can be applied to anything inside or outside of tech, and gives you that confidence to say, okay, well, here's a whole new programming language you've never seen before. We've got a client with a deadline, go and do it. And you've got that confidence to do it thanks to Northcoders. My name is Johnny. I work for Paramount as a software developer, and I graduated from Northcoders in April 2023. So it's full stack, so it can be anything from messing around on the front end, server, .NET framework, could be fiddling an SQL database, so could be making an app, dealing with IoT things. It's a very small company. It's been going a long time, but it's about 8 of us there, and so you have to wear a lot of different hats, get involved in everything. I was a bit worried, and when I initially applied for the job that this listed the tech stack, I thought, well, I'll apply, but I know it's a bit of a stab in the dark because it wasn't on the course, but I kind of felt like it was a lot easier getting to grips with it than I thought it would, just because Northcoders sort of set you up with that learning how to learn kind of thing. And also, I guess, once you've sort of learned one programming language, you've got a lot of transferability to others. So it wasn't as horrific as I thought it might be. Well, I was a London Black cab driver for, I think it was just over 10 years. I finally got bored of that and thought I could be doing something a bit more interesting, a bit more productive before it's too late. And so when I saw the Northcoders do these fully remote boot camps, because I'm at the other end of the country to where you're based, I thought, that's perfect, that's ideal. And of course, reading all the feedback online, positive feedback from students, graduates that come through, it seemed like the best one to go for. I feel very lucky to have been accepted. Not just from graduates, it seemed to be a lot of employers saying how happy they were with their Northcoders graduates coming through and, really hitting the ground running in the workplace, actually adding value early on. So I thought that's going to be the best option to go for, really, Northcoders. Years and years back, sadly, in my early 20s, I did work in IT for a bit, in operations. So that was sort of 3 or 4 year role where that specific company, there wasn't much chance of progression. And so I did kind of the classic early midlife crisis thing. And when I sort of quit the job, went off traveling, backpacking and stuff. And then when I came back, rather than go back into an office role, I did the knowledge and drove a black cab for a decade. Yeah, so but during that time, I always sort of dabbled with tech, in my free time, always kept an interest. So it wasn't like this was a totally new thing to me or something I wasn't sure I'd even like. It's something I definitely wanted to do. At first, I found it quite easy. Thought this was going to be a walk in the park because, as I say, I dabbled previously, but my dabbling had been more in the front end, making things look nice kind of thing. And so when we moved on to the back end, some weeks it felt a little bit faster paced than I'd like, but there was definitely the support there. And I never felt overwhelmed to the point of having to, you stay behind for the optional after hours sort of catch up sessions. I felt it was just challenging enough for me. I had my own personal mentor who really helped me out. And then of course we had support from the cohort lead as well, really great support. And then even just from other students, some that you'd be paired up with who'd grasp the concept a bit better than you had, and you're working together that afternoon on it and learning from them. And of course that works both ways. You might have picked something up that you're sort of reteaching to someone else. So it was just great support all around. Yeah, no point to ever think this is too much. It was just the right level of challenge. There's the job board, of course, and there's a guy called Joe in the careers team. Joe really helped me out, really got my CV into shape, because being a bit older than some of the other ones, like you got to package your CV up in a more palatable way. So he really helped me with that. I'd say it's absolutely the right thing to do if you're considering it. In fact, I've had people contact me on LinkedIn that have seen I'm a Northcoders graduate who are thinking about the course, and I've got nothing but encouragement for them. You're not going to find a better course, and if you want to move into tech, they're the guys to go with.